TNT Entertainment with myself, Evan Hines, and
Tom Clark.
And we also have Martez Combs again here.
That's Tez.
So we left off talking about our top 3 receivers. Now we're going to go a little deeper in the offense, and we're going to talk about our top 3 tight ends. Tez, lead us up. Go ahead, man. Let's see what you got.
Tight ends, man. It hasn't really been. It's a few of them, but I'm going to go number 1. George Kittle. I think dude was a good receiver. Good tight end. But it's not too much explaining I could say. And then I'm going to go with number 2, Travis Kelce. Number 3, Zach Ertz.
Ertz. Okay. I see that. Number 1, I got George Kittle. The Emmanuel Sanders going to the Saints was huge for George Kittle's overall perspective. Number 2, I got the almighty Travis Kelce. Being in Kansas City with Mahomes at the helm, he loves Kelce straight up. Number 3 is really tough, really tough. There's a lot of different number 3 you can go with, but I'm gonna go with Darren Waller in Oakland. Darren Waller had a great year. I had him as my fantasy tight end. He was a sleeper. Picked him up late round. He ended up turning it up. Now, we'll see what Henry Ruggs can do there, but I think that Darren Waller is going to end up taking up most of the receptions there.
My number 1, I got Travis Kelce. Of course, come on. In my opinion, he's the best. I think he's better than Kittle, just because Kittle only had a couple good years. Kelce's been proving it year in and year out. Number 2 is George Kittle. Don't get me wrong, he's definitely second best in the league. He's one of the best by far. I just think Kelce has a slight edge. He's been proving it longer. And at 3, I got Zach Ertz. He's been in the league for a while. He's been solid years every year. I just think he's personally the best. You could go with Darren Waller too. Darren Waller is going to be up there soon.
The only reason I didn't have Ertz there is because of Goddard. Goddard's been taking some receptions from him as the backup there.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so how do you guys feel about? Personally, I think they're at the start of the season. There's about 10 to 12 relevant teams. 10 to 11, I'd say.
I agree.
10 to 11, and by November, you have about 4 to 5 teams that could really take the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Every year in, year out, without a doubt. That's how I feel.
So it's 4 by 2
personally.
I say 4 to 6.
Better.
4 to 6.
Yeah,
you have your 4 to 5 locks that could actually take the Super Bowl,
and then another one who was a possibility to be there.
Then you have your wild card teams.
Yeah.
Like Tennessee last year.
Nobody didn't know they was
Nobody expected that.
Nope.
And they came in as
they
the
was
wild
thinking
card
they could
team.
beat the Patriots, but they said once they go against Lamar, it was over.
Yeah, and they still won against Lamar. It's just Kansas City was just...
a lot said the Patriots are going to smack them.
Yeah.
I didn't have
That's
that.
all I heard. That's all I heard was the Patriots.
I thought Patriots was going to win, and then I thought Baltimore was going to win, and then I said Kansas City, but Kansas City obviously is Kansas City. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
But at that point, though, they weren't as hot until the playoffs.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And, with all this coronavirus shit going on,
That's true.
Roger Goodell came out with a statement saying that teams can reopen their facilities May 19th, but you can only have 75 people in the facility at one time. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I think that's a good point, because you still... This virus is still out here. Like, some people in this world, like, not listening at all. And it's still going up, this and that. But, they talk about the ages of, you can have it. But people still around, anybody can get it. I think still. So I think that's a good choice. But 75.
He had 75 as the max. With staff, 75 with staff and players.
See, I don't know. Like, that's to me, that's still too much. If I was myself, I've been like, just have the starters and the starters on offense and defense out there, and just like whoever out there.
Makes sense. Starters, yeah.
So you're saying
starters.
you say starters
just automatically
on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
What about coaches?
I'd say the main
staff.
people. The main.
So like the water boy. What do you think about the water boy?
No, they don't really need one. They can get good water themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean like we did in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive coordinator, defense coordinator,
and
coach.
Head coach.
Yeah.
You know, it depends. Sometimes the head coach don't be there.
It's still really early too.
Yeah,
it's only May. All you really need is get the offensive playbooks to the new players.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't even need the defense out there. You really don't. It can be just offense running plays, but
and then you can bring the defense in the next day or something.
Oh, yeah, and did you guys hear about the new thing they found about Corona though? How the scientists in this biotech lab actually found a way to stop it from getting in human cells.
Really?
They tested it. It's 100% successful. They just found out that it's literally it's not a cure because it doesn't cure you, but it stops it from getting it.
It stops from the contraction.
It's an antibody that goes in your body. It's an antibody, and it literally stops 100%. If they have it proven. They've done millions of tests, and they said it's literally you will not get it if you use this antibody. But also, they only have enough to produce 200,000 per month.
Yeah, and there's billions of people on this planet.
And there's billions. You know. So that's a step in the right direction, considering they're finding ways to not get it. But.
And I feel like athletes shouldn't get it before doctors and nurses.
Oh, definitely not.
Because the doctors and nurses are what's holding essential workers, basically. Essential workers should get it before athletes. Athletes are not essential; they're entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I want to see sports back,
that
is how it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 75, as long as... Well, because Mike Tomlin came out and he said that he doesn't want to open up in only some states because some teams have an advantage and disadvantage. He wants to open up everybody at the same time. That's what Goodell came out. May 19th. I mean, I'm sure it's not set in stone. Because it's what, May 15th, May 16th today? You know.
Yeah, 16th, yeah.
16th. Okay, so in 3 days, they can open back up. But we'll see what happens. Because some, like our state, Michigan, still on lockdown until late May. So who knows what's really going to happen. I really hope the league can open back up. Because if I don't have my football, I don't know what I will do.
Oh, snap.
It won't be, the Sundays won't feel right in the fall.
Oh, Sundays don't feel right off season, period.
They don't.
They don't, you're right. They don't.
Once they're done, it's just like...
It's depressing. It really is. It's like a void.
Yeah. And then it's just, you always have someone on your phone to talk about, or you always talk about just those fantasy.
When you got fantasy, exactly.
Yeah, dude. We'll be getting into more fantasy later on, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, I definitely hope the season starts on time, even if we have to have no fans in the stadiums. I'd still enjoy a season
I agree.
like that. Enough coronavirus talk. It's already sad enough as it is. Let's get into team defense here. Team defense. Evan, who do you have for your top team defensive?
Team defense. San Fran.
San Fran, okay.
Definitely San Francisco. They were just insane last year. And I think they'll be the same again. Or probably even better with Nick Bosa being better.
Yeah, I can see it. He made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Who do you have at number 2?
I'm going to go on a limb here and say the Bears.
The Bears. They do have Khalil Mack. They have Mack.
Mack has been a monster. He's been a big effect on their defense. And then at 3... I'm going to say Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers?
Yeah.
Wow. They do have Alexander out there.
Their defense...
I love Alexander.
Their defense went nuts last year, man.
Yeah.
I think they'll be good again. I could also see Baltimore.
Yeah. Tez, who you got for top 3 defensive?
I'm going to go number 1, New England. I still think they can hold down with Belichick as that coach over there. So I think they can pretty much do the same thing like they had last year. So with you got Stephon Gilmore, yep, you got all of them out there. So you got Pat Chung and you got the McCourty brothers, I believe that's over there. No, they not. They both for the Patriots or no?
I know one is for sure.
Devin is.
Okay, Devin is, yep. And then I'm going to have to go second. I'm going to go with Baltimore. Adding Calais Campbell is huge. And then you still got Earl Thomas. And it's just like, and then you got one guy just got added over there last year too. Was he from the Rams? Yup, Marcus Peters. That was a huge, and he did I think first game he got over there, he had a pick 6. So like I said, this waiver holds down. And then this third one, I really like a lot. And when they traded for that one defensive back, they defense changed even when they didn't have the quarterback. I'm gonna go with the Steelers on that one.
Fitzpatrick at safety, yeah.
Yep, it changed a lot when he came into that system. They started to play more aggressively, especially when you got Devin Bush and T.J. Watt.
Devin Bush was really good his rookie year.
Yeah, it's just you got them over there really, and you got Cameron Hayward. Is that it? Oh man,
from where?
Pittsburgh.
It is Cameron Hayward.
No, Cameron
Pittsburgh
Hayward?
Steelers.
I don't know if he's still there.
He not? I know he was there. He's a left end or something.
He might be.
I think he is. Well, I don't know, but yeah, it's just you got some people over there, so that's why I got Steelers up there too on one of my top 3 defenses. So.
My top 3, I have the Baltimore Ravens adding Calais Campbell. Adding Calais Campbell changes the game. The defense was pretty good on its own. They couldn't stop Kansas City because Kansas City is Kansas City, and they just added Clyde. So we'll see what happens with that in the AFC. But number 2, San Francisco. That defense really held their own down over there. They did trade away a really good player, but they ended up getting a pick out of it. I don't know if it was great. But we'll see what happens. And then number 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers. T.J. Watt and Devin Bush and Micah Fitzpatrick. That's 3 levels of the defense I feel like are really improved over the last year alone. They lost Le'Veon, but we'll see what happens. James Conner, obviously he's not on Le'Veon's level. But Le'Veon hasn't done the same with the Jets as he did with Pittsburgh. So I'm going to start off with my defensive line in general. For my top 3, Nick Bosa. I got him at surprisingly number 1. I feel like he's going to have a great year. He's going to do great things out there. Number 2, I got J.J. Watt. It's like J.J., he is going to... let's be honest. If he can stay healthy, he has not been able to stay healthy whatsoever.
Yeah,
the past few years. He has not been able to. But when he's healthy, he is a force to be reckoned with. And then number 3, I have Aaron Donald. Like I said, the last 8 games of the year, he tears it up completely. What do you guys think? What's your guys' top 3?
Mine is literally probably the same thing as yours. I got Nick Bosa at the 1. Good year, his rookie year, and I think he's going to come out even more stronger this year. And I think he's way better than his brother, Joey Bosa. But the thing is, I switched Aaron Donald to number 2. Way more aggressive.
Respectable, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Is not injury prone as JJ.
No.
So he's there, and then dude's on fire. Once he's on fire, there's no way of stopping this dude. But I will put JJ Watt at number 3. Like you said, once he's not injured, he's more aggressive, and is way harder to stop. And when he beats you off the line, that quarterback is either getting stripped or sacked. So 100%. It's like that's how I got to roll my top 3.
I'm gonna go with number 1. I'm gonna go with Nick Bosa. Mm-hmm. Speaks for itself. You guys have already talked about it. He's a freaking animal. Mm-hmm. Number 2, I'm going to go Aaron Donald. Donald's been a beast. Just like Tez said, you can't stop him. Mm-hmm. And number 3, I'm going to have Calais Campbell. Calais is, in my opinion, one of the most
especially in Baltimore,
dominant, just according to size and strength at D line. I think he's 3rd. And linebackers, I'm going to go for my number 1 linebacker is going to be Khalil Mack.
Okay.
Everyone knows Khalil Mack. He's a freaking tank. Switched up the Bears defense and making them one of the best defenses in the league by far.
Yes. As soon as he came there, he changed.
He changed everything.
He changed Chicago.
At number 2, I'm going to have Bobby Wagner. Also just a monster. And then at number 3, I'm going to have Chandler Jones. Been in the league for a while. Always been a solid linebacker for the Cardinals.
I'm gonna agree with you. Number one, I'm gonna go with Bobby Wagner.
I didn't say Wagner.
No, I know that, but I'm putting Bobby Wagner at number one. But I agree with you. I like it too. Okay. But I'm going with Bobby Wagner number one. Dude's just nice. He's fast. It's just.
I agree. He's fast.
Dude is nice. So I wonder why he's the captain of the defensive team and the captain of the team as well. So, but in my perspective, like I didn't really put these in order, but if I had to, that's who it would be. And then number two, this guy still plays like he's young and in his prime. I gotta put Chandler Jones up. Dude's a tank.
I agree completely.
Sacks,
you're right about that.
Dude's almost when he hops, he gets everything in the defensive stats in a game. And my third, this dude did good his rookie year, and I think he's gonna have a bigger year. He's gonna be a good dude. Devin Bush. This dude's gonna be nice.
Fucking stupid. No Khalil Mack? Are you an idiot?
Nah, I put Devin Bush. Dude came in first year.
I don't give a fuck.
First
no
year,
Khalil Mack.
Prove that he's a Steeler, son. Come on, man.
Fuck the Steelers are shitty ass team. They make the playoffs either.
Come on, man. He held it down. Like, stop it. Right? Dude,
he didn't hold shit down. They got shit on all year.
Bro, come on, man. Look who they got. Who's their quarterback?
Who's quarterback?
Oh, they got Devin Bush. Is so good.
Mason Rudolph.
I don't know, right?
That's what Khalil Mack carried the whole Bears defense.
Where did they go?
Bush couldn't do it.
Where did they go? Where did the Bears go?
I don't care. What are they rated though? What are they rated though? What's that defense ranked?
Hey, they
yeah,
ranked
bitch.
up
Where's
there.
Steelers ranked?
Okay,
huh?
But we
exactly quiet.
We talking about the person. You talking about Khalil Mack and Devin Bush?
Khalil Mack changed everything in Chicago for their defense.
Chicago.
Devin changed nothing.
He did.
Devin changed nothing.
Devin
changed nothing.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Your turn, Tom. Before I kill this guy.
This man's not
The linebackers, I got Bobby Wagner number one. The guy can cover. He can run stop. I mean, when he run stops, he hits like a truck.
True.
Plain and simple. He can go all the way across the field. He doesn't get hurt like Kuechly did.
True.
That's the biggest thing that sets him apart. He doesn't get hurt like Kuechly did. Yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yet. Still, he's been in the league for a while.
Number two, I have Khalil Mack.
Thank you.
Off the edge, bro.
Thank you, Thomas.
Listen. Off the edge, Khalil Mack is a whole another animal.
You're damn right he is.
You remember what he did in his first game as a Bear? I believe it was a pick six.
Two forced fumbles.
Two forced fumbles. Yeah, I mean
multiple sacks.
He is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, he is, Tom.
Yeah, he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Number three.
And it was not Devin fucking
I had
Bush.
Chandler Jones. That's what I mean. Devin Bush is up there, but Chandler Jones has the experience and the IQ over Bush for me personally.
Yeah.
That's my own opinion. You have your own opinion. You have your own opinion.
Fuck his opinion.
Everybody has their opinion. Bro.
But yeah, he's a monster.
Stupid.
He is a monster. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start off with defensive backs here. My number one defensive back is Jalen Ramsey. Listen. I don't love the guy, but quarterbacks don't like throwing his way. He's a trash talker. Number one on he's a trash talker. He can man cover all day long. That man talks more trash than Richard Sherman when he was in Seattle.
True.
And talk shit about Michael Crabtree.
True.
Don't try me the stars, Crabtree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like Ramsey talks more. His mouthpiece is always hanging out of his mouth.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna put like if you put Joe Burrow up against Jalen Ramsey, how often is he gonna throw Jalen Ramsey's way? Not nearly as much as a guy like Tom Brady.
Not much.
Not nearly as much. Number two, I have Marcus Peters. With Calais Campbell now getting back there in the pass rush, in the run game, I feel like there's going to be more opportunities. Quarterbacks are going to panic, throw it out. Peters could be out there. I mean, they're going to want to throw their number one. Peters is probably going to be on the number one. You know. Now, number three is so tough, man. I can't even tell you how tough this decision was. Like, there's three guys. Tyrann Mathieu, Jamal Adams, and Derwin James. But I have Jamal, number three. Jamal Adams, New York Jets safety. That man, he can come down, he can tear your ass up. He's a great zone hawk, I feel, personally. So, I mean, number three, I obviously have to have Jamal Adams. Because I feel like he's young enough, he can do it all on the field. I mean, I'm surprised the Jets even said we're willing to trade him. Because in my eyes, that's just stupid. You have a guy like him? How many great safeties are there?
Idiotic.
You really don't.
So, Evan, what you got for your top 3 defensive backs?
I have Stephon Gilmore number 1, just purely based on his coverage, and he's just a monster at covering. And number 2, I have Jamal Adams, just like you said. He's a freaking nature. He can do everything. He's just a beast. He fucking will fuck you up on the field. And then number 3, I got Jalen Ramsey. Just like Tom says, he talks a lot of shit and it works.
It does work. He backs it up.
Ted,
what you got?
Well, for my number 1, I'm gonna go with Jamal Adams. Dude's a hitter. Dudes can play defense. He can play back, and it's just dude's unbelievable. Like it's crazy. It's just the numbers he put up during the game. It seems the numbers he put up a linebacker would half of the time.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm gonna go with number 2. I'm gonna go with Stephon Gilmore. Literally last year, I don't know how many TDs nobody caught going 1-on-1 against this guy. Literally, I don't know.
Not many.
Not many. Yeah, because I don't know. They said it on ESPN multiple times.
He tied for the most picks in the league.
He was up there. Picks. And
he's my number 4.
It's crazy. And then my last one.
You're on crack.
My last one, number 3. It was tough. I had some ones to think of, but I'm gonna go with Darius Slay. Dude, I like him. He was quick. He played when he was on our team. He really played.
Except this last year because of Matt Patricia.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm talking before that, dude played excellent defense when it came to coverage. So I like Darius Slay. I'll take that.
So I'm gonna start off with my MVP this upcoming season. I strongly feel that Lamar can take that MVP as long as he can continue his... Man is wicked fast, wicked elusive. He can throw the ball, he can pass the ball. Going into his 3rd year, I think he's going to have a great year. Tez, what you feel about your MVP?
Me, I feel like... Okay, this guy right here had a big season. I feel like... I give Lamar props. Like, I say, he won it. He won it last year. He deserved it. But I think this second guy right here was probably this close right behind Lamar. I'm going to go with Christian McCaffrey. I feel like
he could have won
it. If he does the same thing last year, no doubt, I think he might take it this year. People are going to be on the NFL.
My only problem with that is he's going to have less carries this year.
That's what
I think Lamar will be even better this year.
Yeah, like I said, if Lamar be better, but like I said, you got to think about it. Lamar just got J.K. and he got all those backs in the field, so he won't have to run as much.
If you have back-to-back 1,000.
I mean, he had Ingram, he still ran.
Well, yeah, he did run, but if Christian can have a back-to-back again, that could be a chance of literally him winning MVP. Like,
I agree. I agree. He's definitely
I have Patrick at 3rd.
Evan, who you got?
But
I got Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think Lamar will be even better passer next year. Mm-hmm. And his run game is just, you can't get better than that.
You got J.K. Dobbins.
When Mike Vick pretty much says you're the better version of him, you're pretty good. You're pretty good when you're the better version of Mike Vick.
Even if you try to humble yourself.
Reggie White, and everybody was like,
he would be in the number one running back in the league if he wanted to be.
If he wanted to play running back, for sure.
For my 2 and 3, I'm opposite to say it. McCaffrey. 2, and then I got Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. You pretty much
the same top 3,
but different MVP.
So offensive player of the year, though. I mean, obviously, if I have Lamar winning MVP, I have him winning offensive player of the year.
Yep.
Personally, like I just said, the man is like a human highlight reel.
He's a legendary hybrid. He's
highlight reel.
He's the best of what he wants to be.
His rookie year, he showed that he couldn't pass the ball like he wanted to, but this last year, he showed he can throw the ball.
The only one I think this year, really, that actually showed me that they're better passer than... The only person that was really better at passing than Lamar at quarterback was Pat Mahomes.
His no-lookers. Come on now.
He's
not even looking. Boom.
But then also, Lamar's Lamar because he can do everything.
He can do everything, literally. I mean, Mahomes can escape, but not like Lamar.
And Lamar hasn't got injured yet. Mahomes been injured little bang-ups.
The QB sneak really fucked him.
Little bang-ups. Lamar has been running like crazy, and he still hasn't got injured.
On that dislocated kneecap. Evan knows all about that when I traded him to him.
Don't even mention that again.
Now, I'm going to get into my offensive player of the year. Now, I had Christian as MVP. He's in there. He would be in there as one of my top 3. Now, it was hard because, I put probably Patrick in there as one of them. And then I'm going to switch this one out. and I'm gonna agree with what y'all said for that one. I'm gonna put Lamar in that one because, like I said, he's explosive and he proved everybody wrong. And people even say when he went on ESPN, dude had a black glove on. He was like, you know what? That's the only way why people can't see the ball when he did a reaction. The dude said, you know what? Next week he wore the white glove so the people could see that he had the ball. And he still proved and did the same exact thing. So dude proved him wrong. So it's just like you can't stop the dude. So you can't sit here and hate on him. People hate on him just because he's a runner, but clearly he's still throwing. So, but let the people hate, bro. That's my type.
Evan, what you got?
I got of course Lamar because he's my MVP, but then I also have Christian McCaffrey. I'm number 2. And then, McCaffrey's a freaking animal. Mm-hmm. Receiving, rushing. And then I got, of course, Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. That is what it is. Those are the top 3 players in my mind in the entire league.
Yep.
Well, it's, offensive rookies, though. Or no, let's go defensive players first. Defensive player of the year. I have Khalil Mack going defensive player of the year. If he can continue his true dominance with forced fumbles, sacks, he can even pick the ball off. If you try to throw a quick pass out there, and Mack will jump up and snag that ball out of the air. Number 2, I have Bobby Wagner. As I said, he can cover the entire field. It doesn't matter. He's got the speed, the IQ, the ability to do it all. Number 3, I have Aaron Donald. If he can have his dominance throughout the whole year instead of just half the year. Tell us what you got.
All right. I'm going to go with number 1, Devin Bush.
I'm just playing
on that one.
Shut the fuck up.
I agree with Tom on that one, man. You know what I mean? I go Khalil Mack. Like, I put him up there in Defensive Player of the Year. So, what? But still.
Stop it. Cut that out.
Here you
How the fuck are you going to put him not in your top 3 linebackers for Defensive Player of the Year?
What's wrong with that? Okay, it's a difference between...
Stupid.
What? Bro, it's okay, you got a whole year about that. Like, come on, son. Like...
How are you going to have him not being your top 3 linebackers?
Oh, God, that's top 3. That's season, bro. That's the season.
I don't get... No, it wasn't season. That was coming into the next season. That was coming into it.
Bro, relax. Okay,
let me
put my opinion
Alright, go ahead.
on this paper.
With your fuck-ass opinion.
Okay. I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to replace Aaron Donald. I'm going to pick Nick Bosa. Like, I think this dude's going to... I think he's going to be the same way, but he's going to cause problems over there on the Niners too. So I think he's going to play hard and go prove that he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year before his brother. So I think he's going to be, a problem. And then my third, Bobby Wagner. I think he still has the energy and everything to play to win it up there to prove he's up there for Defensive Player of the Year. So,
Evan, what you got for that one?
Defensive Player of the Year, I have Mr. Khalil Mack. Then I have Jamal Adams.
Yeah, Adams,
safety.
Another great pick.
Great stepping up. I know it's a great pick, Martez. And then number 3, I have obviously Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I think it's a little too early to say he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, but I do think he's going to be a runner-up.
He's going to be a force.
Yep, he is.
He's going to be a force. He's going to be top 5 for sure, I feel like.
All right, Tom, start with offensive rookies.
Offensive rookies. So I'm gonna pick 2 of these guys here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
As long as he can get that starting job there in Indy over Marlon Mack. They have, I feel like the best offensive line in the league next to the Dallas Cowboys. So, right there alone, I feel like he can take over that role. Number 2, between Clyde and CD, I'm taking CD. As much as I am very hyped for Clyde to step into that Kansas City offense, I feel like they're still going to be throwing that ball out to Tyreek. Mecole Hardman's really going to step into his role. Sammy Watkins is still there for another year. I feel like CD is really going to embrace that next spot. Tez, what you got?
See, me, I'm going to go with number 1. And I already know this is going to happen. I'm going to have to go with Joe Burrow. He's going to win. He's most likely 95% is going to win.
I agree.
He's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like,
well, he's a quarterback.
Well,
so
yeah, most likely because he's going to play. He's going to start. That's why they drafted him number 1. Number 2, if I had a chance to say it, I'm gonna go with CeeDee Lamb. I think if he goes over there in Dallas and plays, and they use him like they should, he can be a runner up. But those are my two options for.
What you got, Evan? Let's hear it.
For Offensive Rookie of the Year, I have Joe Burrow winning that.
I can see it too. I can definitely
Obviously, he had a fantastic college career. And then runner-up, I have Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I think he was just a monster in college, and I think he'll be a good fit for Indy and their O-line. I think he could win it, he could not, but I think he's definitely runner-up.
Yeah. So I'm going to get into a little defensive players to wrap this thing up for rookies at least. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I have Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons, he's a do-it-all kind of guy. He covers the entire length of the field. He can come down hard, play coverage. He can basically do a lot of different things. Now, number 2, this makes it's very tough. It's between Chase Young and Jeff Okudah, but I'm going to take Chase Young over Jeff Okudah. Chase Young, he's a disruptor. Now, in Ohio State, when he played there, he didn't do much against big-name schools. He didn't do much. But he's not going to be playing against the same teams, obviously. I think he's going to do good things in Washington. He's going to really elevate his game. But right next to that, I got Jeff Okudah pretty much right next to him.
All right. Like you said, yours is pretty much similar to mine. Both for these two right here, man, I don't have no number 1, number 2. It's going to be a tight race, but I'm going to have Simmons up there. Dude's nice, dude. Like, it's too many spots where they could put him. Like I said, I think they might use this man more than just that outside linebacker position. It could be middle, left end. Maybe you never know. He can check the slot. You never know. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go Chase Young. He, like you said, big schools, Michigan. He wasn't really back there, but he applied pressure. But he wasn't in the backfield as much. But I think he's still going to have a good season with sacks and everything, especially with easy teams. Like he gonna dominate. So like I think he's really going to have a good season. Him and Simmons is going to be right up there for that spot.
100%.
I have to agree with both of you guys. For Defense Rookie of the Year, I have Isaiah Simmons. He plays everything, and even at one position, he's still the best.
Yeah, we don't know what Arizona's going to have him focus on either.
Yeah.
We don't know, but they did say he's focusing on one position. Couldn't mix around maybe certain times,
depending on injuries.
And then, obviously, runner-up is going to be Chase Young. Enough said. Monster D lineman, just an absolute monster. And that's gonna be it for today, guys. Stay safe.
Stay tuned. We'll be back again next week. Have a good week. We'll see you there.
Peace.
Peace out.